What made you decide you wanted to open your own business?
Well, I've always wanted to start my own business, but after I worked in corporate America for about 3 years as a financial analyst, it made me realize I wanted to be my own boss. And I decided to come up with a business plan in which I knew an investor in South Florida. And once I created that business plan, we came up with an idea to start a family country club. And he liked the idea, so I decided to quit my job as a financial analyst and move to Jupiter, Florida.
What was the inspiration to start up your business?
Well, I came up with the concept of a family-style country club. And growing up on the golf course, I didn't realize how many people actually don't play golf until I met my wife. And knowing that she doesn't play golf, there wasn't many activities she could do at the country club other than play tennis or go swimming. The whole concept of this country club is for the wife and the family and kids. There are more activities that we aligned in this country club, and we have activities such as surfing, stand-up paddleboarding, mini putt, driving range, shooting range, other various activities that a family can enjoy. And this was created because of my wife, and that's kind of how we ran with the project and the business plan.
How are you obtaining your startup capital?
Well, the sole investor of Bridgewater Ventures already owns the property. As I explained in the beginning, we already have the entryways, the golf cart pass, etc. And a lot of the startup costs are already in place. We created this pamphlet to do marketing to gain investors as well. We wanted to create this pamphlet instead of a website because we wanted one-on-one discussions. Obviously, this is going to be something where you have to invest a lot of money, and creating a website is not the route we want to take in getting these meetings with sole investors. So the pamphlet was kind of just to explain one-on-one in person to raise our startup cap.
Can you tell me a little bit more about the concept of your country club?
Yeah, so the reason for me moving down here, a lot of my job has been creating a pamphlet for people to look at and kind of get an idea of the concept. So, see, we already have a lot of the structure in place out in Jupiter, Florida. It has a nice entryway, a gate, waterways. We're starting some of the ground construction as well. Here's another example of the gate and the property. We already have some golf cart pathways. The golf course is going to be very easy to implement once we start moving forward with investors. We still want to keep the golf concept. We know a lot of the husbands in the family are going to want to play golf and teach their kids how to play golf, so we didn't want to remove that from the country club field. On this next page, it just explains all the activities involved. We have golf, you have your outdoor activities, which could be equestrian, paddleboarding, etc. And then we have aquatics. We want the kids to have fun, lazy river, squirt guns, various things, activities like that. We also have entertainment, which is the indoor concept. You're going to have bowling, an arcade, sports bar, places to watch games, and also places to send your kids while you enjoy yourself with your wife. Safety was a big component of this concept. We wanted families to be able to drop their kids off and not have to worry the entire day and kind of go out and run errands and do whatever they want to do. Also training. We want the kids to be able to come in, learn how to play any kind of sport they want, and feel safe at the same time. Dining, we wanted dining options. We want these members to come in exclusively and just sign off on everything. Everything's easy. We move forward just by signing the tab, and tips are included, etc. We want it to be easy and guests to be able to enjoy themselves and not have to worry about bills. This is kind of the master plan, master site plan, which is a layout. May be tough to see on this pamphlet, but as you can see, we have the country club, which kind of has all of the indoor activities, the bowling, the arcade, the driving range, etc. And then we have this outdoor area, which is a big surf pool for kids to learn how to surf. We'll get into more of that on the next page. And a water park. So that's kind of the aquatic center I was talking about earlier. We have a giant waterway in which families can enjoy kayaking and paddleboarding, any other activity. And then we have our golf course, which is an 18-hole golf course. And as you can see, kind of takes up most of the property, and it's going to be a beautiful course in which a lot of the husbands can enjoy, as well as private lessons and various things like that. A next big component of this this country club is the simulated surf. This is a giant surf pool in which we're going to produce about 6-foot waves. Kids are going to be able to get lessons here and not have to worry about different various dangers in the ocean. And a good part of this is that there are not actually many waves in Florida. So being able to create our own waves and have consistent waves in which we can teach kids how to surf is going to be a great thing in the Jupiter area. The next page is just kind of explaining the pool area, the lazy river. This is going to be more fun oriented. It's not going to be many activities. Our lap pool is going to be able to teach kids how to swim, but the lazy river and all this fun stuff with the pool bar, etc., is just going to be kind of where the entire family can go to relax and have a good time. And on this next page, it just explains the inside of the country club. We have a movie theater, indoor spa for the parents, arcade where you can drop the kids off, bowling, which every family member can enjoy, fitness center, etc. So this is going to be a great component, especially on those hot days and if it's raining outside. And this last page just explains the villas that are part of this membership package. You're going to be able to bring in family members who you don't want to put up in your own home, people who want to come visit as a guest can stay here. It's just a nice component to kind of bore people and be able to enjoy the activities at the same time. So that's a little bit about the pamphlet. We've been working on that for over 6 months, and I think we're going to sell and do a lot of memberships through this.
What are the licensing requirements for your business?
Well, originally when the property was purchased, we were deemed agricultural. So the only thing we can put on the property was a golf course. We didn't have the permits to put our country club that we desired in, along with a lot of the other activities. So in the beginning of this process, a big component of getting that licensing was to convert our agricultural zoning to commercial. And we're currently still in that process, but we need 3 votes to get proposed to commercial, in which we were already confirmed on those 3 votes. So as soon as that process goes through, we will have that license and permit and be able to build and move forward.
How many employees do you currently have?
We currently have around 12 employees. We have 3 people in marketing, 4 project managers, various people in accounting, and some guys in sales that are helping push the memberships. Once we move forward and start the construction phase, we already have a contractor in mind. But once that process starts at such a large build-out, we're probably going to have around 100 employees working on this project.
If you could change one thing about how you operate, what would you change?
In starting the business component and the marketing, we thought that was the main priority. But we soon realized that licensing was a big deal, and we thought it was going to be an easy conversion from agricultural to commercial. And one thing we did realize and what we needed to do was get that commercial permit before we invested the dollars in marketing and various things like that. So we have lost some money in establishing the marketing tools and had some things that we did not know for certain we could move forward with. So I think that was one learning factor for us. But in moving forward, we learned from our mistakes. And
when do you expect to finish this project?
Well, as I was saying earlier, we're waiting on the commercial permit, but we have confirmed with the county commissioners who vote in 3 months that we do have their vote. And once that process moves forward, we have about 40 investors. We're looking for about 10 more. So once that component is finalized, we can start construction. So about 6 to 8 months, we plan on starting construction. And once that process starts, we have about a 3-year build-out phase. The remaining and largest component of that is going to be the surf pool, which will take about 2 years to complete. And along with that, the country club, which is going to be also a big build out, which will be about 1 in total. So 3 years is probably the final build out phase in which we can open the doors and begin having fun.